Yo. Want you to know this is not the first thing I've done tonight. I've already been out looking for a date for next New Year's. I had a date last night. Made love last night. Can you still call it love if the whole thing is over in a minute and a half? I think I made love. I made love last night. On that subject, though, I think that God may have made a few mistakes. For one thing, I think he should have given the breasts to men. We appreciate them so much more. If I had those, I'd sit in a chair and stare at my tits all day. Where am I going? To a movie? I'm in for the winter. You know those people on the beach who change their children into their bathing suits right out in the open? I don't like this. I play a little joke on these people by staring intently at their child's genitals. I had a startling revelation. Feet don't stink. It's those socks. It's true, you could take that sock, put it on your hand, smell just like feet. When I was a kid, most of the time I would see my father. I would see his left hand sticking out a crack in the bathroom door, which meant that he wanted more toilet paper. Occasionally, I would bring a woman home to my parents' house. What a mistake. One time I brought an Indian woman. My father was screaming across the dining room table. "Young lady, you got dots on your forehead. You got dots, young lady, you got dots." I want to tell you something about Samoans. Did you ever notice how Samoans, they have these kind of flat faces? Kind of like a light tan complexion. Interesting thing is, they're not really people. It's true. They're pancakes. You can walk up to a Samoan, take a bite right out of their head. They have a body temperature of 137 degrees Fahrenheit. Butter melts beautifully right in their heads. The leader of Samoa is Aunt Jemima. She's up there in the palace with a big pot. She makes the policy. She makes the people. It's a great system. One day, I got up in the morning, I looked in the mirror, I didn't like what I saw. I went down to the bank. I took out $5,000, my entire life savings. I went to the office of the best plastic surgeon on Park Avenue. I put the money down on his desk, and I said, "I want to look like Howdy Doody." He replied, "Are you sure you can handle the responsibility of being a puppet? You young kids today, you make me sick." But I convinced him to give me the surgery. It changed my life. Everyone treated me completely differently. Wherever I went, it was, "Hello, Mr. Doody. How are you, Mr. Doody? Let me get that for you, Mr. Doody. Let me hold the door for you, Mr. Doody." I went home to show my parents. I said, "Hi, Ma. Hi, Pa." Some nights I sit on the edge of my bed. I look at my penis. It just sits there. It's so sad. I want to cry out. What can I do to help you, penis? And then other times it's like, let's go out, let's do something, let's go to the movies, let's go to a ball game. Sometimes I think my penis is manic depressive. I've always been terrified of the female orgasm. I have a lot of trouble distinguishing it from epilepsy. I remember the first time I saw one of those, it was like, "Oh my God, I'll call a doctor, I'll call an ambulance, I'll call the fire department, I'll put a pencil in there." I happen to be, however, an excellent nipple predictor. You show me any woman, I can I can predict within a fraction of an inch, very accurately, the size of her nipples. Don't like being around menstruating women. I don't even let them in my house. Actually, sometimes I do let them stand in the kitchen on newspapers. Oh, and lesbians. I can't stand being around lesbians. They make me very uncomfortable. I always feel like they're looking at me and they're thinking, that's why I'm not a heterosexual. I used to have a really boring job. To get out of working, I would make up Jewish holidays. Mr. Wilson, I'm sorry I won't be able to come in on Thursday. It's the Jewish holiday of Shakukas. Yeah. Oh, what's Shakukas? Oh, Shakukas, that's the one where we dip our elbows in black cherry soda. Yeah, it's to commemorate the founding of the Kirsch Beverage Company. When I was a kid, the grown-ups were always talking about the Iron Curtain. What did I know? I thought there was an actual curtain, and behind the curtain were 650 million Eastern Europeans waiting for the curtain to go up and the show to begin. And I thought the show would go something like this. We come from behind the Iron Curtain, we want to be friends with you. This much we know we're certain, we want democracy through and through. So when the show is over and there's happiness all around, help us hold up the curtain. It weighs 950 million, 950 billion, 950 million pounds.